Patches was dying of starvation. The only way to help a donkey that's been abused emotionally recover is to love it back to health. And I had this moment where I realized that there's a difference between things that I enjoy and things that bring me joy.
That was my reaction too, David Bagno, when he said things that I enjoy that bring me joy. There's a difference sometimes. The co-founder and CEO of Oscar's Place, Ron King, was talking with David back in 2022. The Donkey Sanctuary in California now has 210 donkeys, and it has successfully resettled 189 others. So the response to David's story prompted King to help create the new docuseries. It's called Donkey King. It follows the work that he and his volunteers, he calls them the Core Four, do to rescue, rehab, and rehome these animals to protect them from being mistreated or slaughtered.
We rescued 21 donkeys today. In 18 days, they will first step foot on Oscar's Place, and the rest of their lives will be golden. Come in, buddy. We got you. I told you we'd get you. That's you. To experience a rescued donkey who can say to you, "Thank you for rescuing me," who can make a connection with you, will be one of my favorite feelings on the planet.
I get it. Ron King joins us now. Ron, welcome to you. I have to say, after watching that series, my perception changed of donkeys, too. I mean, I found myself getting choked up a couple times watching it. So I want to know what you knew about them. What was the perception you had, and what are they really to you?
So I saw a TikTok about donkeys in trouble, and it completely changed my life. And I wrote a business plan, got financing to open a rescue, and realized I had never once met a donkey in my life. So I knew nothing about donkeys.
It's quite the leap of faith.
It turns out they're really amazing, emotional animals. In fact, my best friend is a donkey named Viejo. And I have a real connection with him, and he comes running to me and hugs me every day. And people think that they're stubborn and stupid.
And stupid, yes.
The truth is they're really smart, and they're really loving.
And you said cuddly, and I went, come on, cuddly. But they were cuddly.
Yeah. Donkeys are more like dogs than like horses. And it's because of the construction of their brain. So I have a bunch of 700-pound dogs.
I love that. And it's striking to me that people would think of them as misunderstood creatures when they are probably essential to the rise of human civilization,
100%.
right? More so than perhaps even horses.
100%.
And why do you think that perception has changed over the years?
I think that when we invented, because I was part of it, when we invented tractors, we no longer needed donkeys. And people just stopped thinking about them. And they sort of became cartoon characters. And they're just not as glamorous as horses. And they are a forgotten species. You know, there's 1,000 horse rescues. There's not very many donkey rescues. And if I'm being honest, sort of the underdog, the forgotten underdog, appealed to me.
Yeah, but you're changing that.
And what does that appeal? Because you find that there are parallels between you and your life in rescuing these donkeys.
Yeah, I mean, donkeys are very healing, and so I am spending my life healing abused and traumatized animals. And I'm talking about a physical healing and emotional healing.
But why does that hit home for you?
But Ron, because talk about your life, because you had a lights, camera, action life.
Yeah.
You're a big fashion guy. You're covering the Golden Globes. You're wearing all these designer clothes, and then your life changes. You lose your job, and so you're sort of at a loss, and you end up working with donkeys.
That's right. So life throws you curveballs
all the time,
and I had made a lot of bad decisions, and life happened, and COVID happened, and the company I worked for went out of business, and I didn't have a savings, and I ended up from a very high-powered life to living in a friend's house, and not knowing what my future was. And I knew what my next step was going to be. I was going to be a high-powered media executive again. I knew it, and I was holding on to it like this, and it was only when I let go and I saw this TikTok video, and I was like, what brings me joy? And this is when I realized, at 51 years old, there's a difference between things that I enjoyed and things that brought me joy. So the Mercedes and the fashion and the travel, I truly enjoyed those, but they didn't bring me joy. And so I looked back and I thought, when have I felt joy? And every time in my life that I felt joy, I was having an impact on something other than me.
Your message to people as you sit here today is what?
Life can suck sometimes. It did for me. But hold on, because there is joy out there to be had. And I think about what brings you joy and try to bring more of that into your life. and it just might be donkeys.
I'm so glad that David introduced us to you.
Thank you.
Because I think that was life-changing.
We appreciate you. And you can watch Donkey King Saturday mornings. Check your local listing to see where it airs in your area.